brand image marketing. Will it make you go broke? Hey, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's edition of Mike's Money Making Minutes. And if you're a first-time viewer, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And if you are a long-time viewer coming back to get more tips on how to make more money from your restaurant, I appreciate that too. My name is Michael Tebow, recovering restaurant owner, caterer, turned author, speaker, coach, owner of DFY Marketing Systems, serving the independent restaurant community since 2008, helping you get more new customers and get your existing customers to come back more often, spending more money. Brand image advertising. Ooh, you got to be careful with that. So what is brand image advertising? We'll leave that to the big corporate big boys, right? I'm in Detroit. I'll give you an easy example. General Motors, Chrysler, Ford, right? They don't do anything but brand image marketing. But some of the larger corporates are figuring it out that people want to be talked to on an individual basis, right? And you see this with a lot of restaurant corporations like Ruth Chris, Outback Steakhouse, Applebee's, MacDonalds, Burger King, right? There's all different types of examples of brand image advertising. When I say brand image, I mean advertising that's strictly pushing your brand. There's no response or call to action mechanism that's trackable in your marketing. Now, radio ads and billboards, specifically for a restaurant, are those brand image advertising media vehicles? Yes, they are, and no, they're not. The opposite of brand image is direct response marketing. Direct response marketing is typically what independent restaurant owners do because it's an investment. They invest $1 in marketing. They expect to get more back as a return in sales, 2, 3, 4 times a multiple, of whatever you're investing. So is there a way to do brand image advertising? Yes, I used to do it. I'm going to give you 2 examples when I had my restaurants that worked very, very effectively. One I figured out when I was super young. I was 19 years old. I had a pizzeria that I owned, very small pizzeria. I had, I think, 3 tables, did most of my business through carryout. That was back in 1984 when Domino's and Little Caesars, which are Detroit-based companies, which is where I am, really came on the scene and made a huge splash. Little Caesars with 2 for $1, Domino's with free delivery. I didn't do both with my little independent pizzeria, and they did massive brand image marketing. So I had to figure out something fast. One of the best things that I did that helped push my business, because I was fairly new, was I got a billboard. Now, I tested this first with flyers, and it worked really, really well. So I knew I could test it bigger on a billboard, and we were 2 miles from a major expressway. So I rented for a month a billboard. It was, back then it was a couple of $1,000. It wasn't a huge amount of money, but it wasn't cheap. What did I put on the billboard? I put best pizza in 50 miles or it's free. Giuseppe's Pizzeria, with our phone number and our address. Back then, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have QR codes, but it worked. And that was a form of brand image advertising, but also was a big, bold guarantee, and it got people's attention. So that's one way of using it effectively. Now, radio ads are something I get lots of questions about from restaurant owners. Should I do radio? Can I do radio? What's the right way to do radio? Brand image marketing for an independent restaurant owner with one location, I wouldn't do just brand, pushing your brand on radio. It's too expensive. You don't get the frequency. So what I did, the way I use radio, we did kind of like the American Idol contest, and we had a DJ from the local radio station, and he did a live feed. It was like every Tuesday or Wednesday. It took about 2-3 weeks to build it up, but we got a great bar crowd. We gave away some awesome prizes. He was kind of the MC for the whole thing, but we kept doing these live feeds, which were the commercials, and that worked out super well. The call to action was come on in, and if you can't make it this week, come next week, because we got all these great prizes. So there was a definite call to action. We were promoting a single event. So that was an awesome way to use radio, and it really, really worked well. Also, a good idea is to see if they'll trade gift certificates from your restaurant. Don't forget about that. You have a big power behind you in your restaurant because everybody's got to eat and everybody loves gift cards, gift certificates. So if you can use that in trade for anything, it's to your advantage because obviously it costs less than paying in cash. So those are two ideas for you how you can effectively use brand image media. But again, I don't recommend just pushing your brand. It gets too expensive. You don't have the frequency, and you're competing against the big national chains. We have one location. There's better ways to spend your marketing dollars. If you have any questions about direct response marketing or brand image marketing, or just want to know how to get more new customers, click the button below somewhere on this page, and you can set up a time to talk to one of my DFY marketing experts who are experts in increasing sales for independent restaurant owners. Thank you so much for watching this week's edition of Mike's Money Making Minutes. If you do me a favor, like this channel wherever you're seeing it, if it's YouTube, if it's on some social media channel, just hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment, give us something to show us some love because we love our audience. We want to keep doing this for you, fighting the good fight. I appreciate it. Have a fantastic week.